Hey everyone, welcome back to our retro gaming series. Today, we're diving into the world of Double Dragon 3 for the NES, where we'll explore the infamous and uber hard ending. Now, if you're here, Double Dragon 3 is a classic beat 'em up game released in 1991 by Technos Japan. It's known for its challenging gameplay and iconic characters Billy and Jimmy Lee. The Double Dragon series was always fun. My personal favorite was Double Dragon 2. I remember renting it, playing it with my best friend at the time, over and over again. And one day I decided I'm going to save my money, I'm going to go right back to Toys R Us, and I'm going to buy it. The day came, but Double Dragon 2 wasn't there. Double Dragon 3 was there. So I said to myself, why not? Let's go for it. And I started playing it that very day. But you know what? Double Dragon 3 was not Double Dragon 2. It's totally different. It was the same, but it was totally different. And it was a lot harder. I died a lot. And I mean a lot. It took forever to get past stage 2. But when I finally did get past stage 2, then it took forever to get past stage 3. And then forever to take past stage 4, and so on and so forth, until finally, stage 5, Egypt. Now that we've made it to Egypt, let's talk about that ending. Double Dragon 3 is notorious for its difficulty spike towards the end, where you face some of the toughest opponents in the entire game. From relentless bosses to hordes of enemies, it's a true test of skill and determination. What makes the ending even more challenging is that the game doesn't hold back. You'll need to master the Lee brothers' moves and techniques to survive. It's all about timing your attacks, dodging like a ninja, and using every power-up you can get your hands on. There's no way to recover health. There's no regeneration. There's no heart containers. There's no magical elixirs. You lose your health, you're stuck with that lost health throughout that entire stage, and even when you get to the very end where the boss's room is. As you can see, I'm being very cheap and cheesy over here killing the mummies. And that's because the mummies have such a long reach and very powerful that they can swipe away 3 to 4 bars of your life instantly upon a hit. And when you get up, they're right there above you, swatting you again. You can easily die without being able to stand up. The best way is to get them with long range attacks, just never getting hit by them at all. It's great that the game gives you multiple characters, i.e., when you defeat the bosses, you actually get to play as a few of these bosses. But they're very, how should I say, specific oriented. Chin is a master at close range fighting. He does the most damage, but he's slow as molasses. Then you got that ninja, Yagu, or however you want to pronounce it. He jumps like there's no tomorrow, super high, he's very quick, but he's rather weak in my opinion. I never liked him, I never really got the hang of his movements. And the Lee brothers, of course, are just right in between. I like them a lot. I mean, especially since you've played them since Double Dragon 1 and 2, Double Dragon Battletoads, Double Dragon 4, you name it. That's where they were. You've been playing with them the whole time, you're used to them. When I first unlocked the boss, it took a while to figure out how to approach her and how to attack her. Then I realized the best way was right off the bat, using all the power weapons as much as possible since they did the most damage. But the boss is very quick and agile and had tons of moves. And if you're unlucky, she can whip you against the wall several times in a row and you just lose a character due to low health. And then she teleports again. And as she teleports, if you don't time it properly, the snake bites you in the butt. And you lose more health. And then she stands up, she whips you against the wall again. And as you're running forwards, she throws a bird at you. And then as you're jumping, she disappears. And you gotta wait again. So my trick was always to try to get Chin as close as possible to her and use his iron claws and his fists as much as possible since they tend to do the most damage. Otherwise, Nunchaku with the Lee brothers, that always was a fair amount of damage to use and fairly quick. Other than that, a lot of luck, some skill. I remember it took several dozen tries at a young age trying to defeat this boss. It was extremely hard at that time. The game gives you one continue. So if you die here, you go all the way back to mission 5 right at the beginning. If you used up your continue, like all other games, you start right back at the beginning and you frustratingly have to do it all over again. But with perseverance, you overcome all the countless obstacles and adversaries, you will finally reach that epic conclusion. You will defeat the boss, and you will be ecstatic. It's such a great feeling when you defeated this game. The game that was hard and took forever. Double Dragon 3 is a true testament to a classic gaming challenge and the thrill of overcoming them. Whether you're a fan of retro games or experiencing Double Dragon for the first time, this ending will leave you with a sense of accomplishment and maybe a few broken controllers. I remember I played this game so much that eventually I figured out the hit points of every mob and the damage that every attack did, and I wrote it all down. Some can say I was bored, others can say I was thorough. The truth is, it's just that I played it so often and it was just getting frustrated. I needed to change things up a little bit, and that's what I did. And that's a wrap for today's adventure through Double Dragon 3. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more retro gaming content. Until next time, keep gaming and stay retro.